Is it fair to say, because I feel like I see this coaching and in the peer groups we run, there was a notion that I'm gonna grow my practice as a way of simplifying my life. In other words, if I can just get some other clinicians in here, then I'll make more money, things will be easier, I can hire help. Uh, Years ago when I was scaling and made missteps, somebody used the phrase like, "Oh, you're growing broke," right? Like, in other words, everybody thinks that that's the solution to the problem, and it only augments it if you don't have the right mindset. Do you see that on your end as well? This fantasy
Yeah,
that growth will fix?
I see a lot of people get stuck in what I call the small group practice, right? Like a
Mhm.
1 to 4 clinician. To me, that's the hardest part of group practice because you literally cannot afford any kind of administrative help, right? Or very, very minimal, if any. So as the owner, you're doing a ton more administrative work. You're recruiting, you're
Mhm.
managing also people, which has a mental load to itself. And usually you're carrying a full caseload or very close to it. So while seeing almost no additional take home pay, right? So kind of the worst of all worlds. You're doing a ton of work, not really seeing a significant amount more money, sometimes even less, right? That can happen as well, depending on how you've set up compensation. So when that happens, one of two things will typically be the next step is like grow out of it, right? Just keep going, and then eventually it does get better, or you go back to a solo practice. Like this is not worth it. You know what? Never mind. Close up shop. Just go back to doing it on your own. But that really small group is not very profitable, and because of the workload involved, just not worth staying in for a long extended amount of
Yeah.
time.